is our December video, and I want to wish each of you a Christ-filled Christmas. Our topic is Mystery, Babylon the Great, the Mother of Harlots. Are you ready? Let's dig in. Our key verse is Revelation 17, verse 5. The name written on her forehead was a mystery, Babylon the Great, the mother of prostitutes and the abominations of the earth. I am not going to ask you to count them, but Babylon is referenced approximately 280 times in the Bible, from Genesis to Revelation. A little history first. Ancient Babylon is located in modern Iraq, some 60 miles southwest of Baghdad. Babylon is introduced to us in Genesis as Babel. It was one of the cities founded by King Nimrod, Genesis 10, verses 9 and 10. We have all heard the story of the Tower of Babel. Destruction was announced in Isaiah 47, and the Babylonian Empire was destroyed by Cyrus the Great in 539 BC. In the Old Testament, Babylon represented the pinnacle of sin. Babylon worshipped pagan gods and was full of sexual immorality. The whore of Babylon represents everything debased, sinful, and that strays away from God. Some 630 years later, we find Babylon mentioned in the New Testament, 1 Peter 5, verses 13 and 14. The New Testament employs Babylon as a symbol of man's sinfulness and God's judgment. It is a symbol of the world at war with the people of God. The final appearance comes in Revelation 17. Mystery Babylon is a future event, and that event may not be many years down the road. I have discussed this in the past and the likely events that it will take place between the rapture and the beginning of the 7-year tribulation. Leading up to the tribulation, we will see the world heading to a one world government, one world currency, and a one world religion. And we see small steps happening today toward that end. Our topic concentrates on the one world religion, so let's get some details. I do want to say that it is very likely that soon after the rapture takes place, that the one world church takes over very quickly and dominates all people and has universal authority. So what is the harlot mystery Babylon? It is the one world church. The woman in Revelation 17 is an apostate church, a false religion. The religious part of prophetic Babylon, which comprises the one world church, takes place just before and during the first 3.5 years of the tribulation. That is what we will concentrate on in this video. Please note that the political and commercial part of prophetic Babylon takes place during the last 3.5 years of the tribulation. That topic will be addressed in the next video. Who is behind this whole system? It is Satan. Let's mention his buddies that are involved. During the first 3.5 years, the false prophet will head the one world church. During the last 3.5 years, the Antichrist is head of political, commercial Babylon. We are told that just before and during the first 3.5 years that the harlot rides the beast, the Antichrist, or turned around, the beast holds up the harlot. Let's now turn our attention to the details and characteristics of the harlot. We will find most of these in Revelation 17. The harlot is not related to Israel, but with Babylon. So it is a Gentile religious entity. The harlot sits by many waters and rules over peoples, multitudes, nations, and languages. Revelation 17, verse 15. The harlot influences political leaders. The leaders of the world are swayed by the ideologies of Babylon. The kings of earth commit fornication with the harlot. Revelation 17, verse 2. The harlot is headquartered in a great city. Revelation 17:18 reads, "The woman you saw is the great city, and that rules over the kings of the earth. The harlot sits in a city that is located on 7 hills. Revelation 17, verse 9. The harlot is a religious opiate to the masses. Revelation 17, verse 2. Revelation 17, verse 6 says, I saw that the woman was drunk with the blood of God's holy people, the blood of those who bore testimony to Jesus. Here we see that the harlot has martyred believers in the past and will martyr believers again. I believe that the harlot goes on a killing spree just prior to the tribulation and during the first half of the tribulation. Isaiah 28 verse 15 states, You boast, we have entered into a covenant with death. With the realm of the dead we have made an agreement. When an overwhelming scourge sweeps by, it cannot touch us, for we have made a lie our refuge and falsehood our hiding place. Finally, we see that the harlot will be hated by the 10 kings, will be desolated by the 10 kings, and then will be replaced by the Antichrist. Revelation 17 verses 16 and 17. Thanks for joining in on this journey. We just came to the midway point of the 7-year tribulation. In the next video, we will travel through the last 3.5 years of the trib with the Antichrist and then yell hallelujah as we see the second coming of Christ. Have you thought about this? Who or what entity is Babylon the Great, mother of prostitutes, and the abominations of her?